And welcome to Football Fandom UK. Hope you guys can hear me okay. And we're here for Saturday, sorry. So losing track of my days. Saturday afternoon kickoff, 3 o'clock kickoffs round the grounds. And we'll be focusing this afternoon on Aberdeen v Hearts, but we'll be keeping you up to date with the games around the ground. So let me just quickly share the team news, guys. So team's just getting underway. And as you can see on your screen, there is the teams, how they're lining up. So Aberdeen going with 3 at the back, 5 in midfield, 2 up front, and Hearts going with the same formation. So should be an interesting one, guys. Oh, so sorry, guys, just come in literally. So rushing to get ready for this one. So Hearts currently in the possession. Ice Cool Palmer, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Hope you're doing okay. Uh, Interesting account name, mate. Good. I see it's Northern Irish Premiership, but I like your new account name. Are you sticking with that for a bit, mate? Or are you changing it again in the future? But that one looks quite cool, different. I bet it's catching a few people's eyes. Ice Cold Palmer saying, "What do you think of the new GTA trailer 6?" I've not seen it, mate. I've not seen it. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. I will certainly have a look later now I'm aware of it. I've been looking out for GTA 6 coming out for a while, to be honest, but it's normally the case when you take your eye off the ball that some news comes out about it. So, yeah, thank you for letting me know about that, mate. I will certainly check it out later on. I didn't even know there was. I knew there was obviously been a lot of talk about bringing the new one out, but uh, not much news about it, obviously until you've just told me about it now. So they should have brought it out. They normally do a new GTA every 3, 4 years, but I believe this one's took like 6, 7 years to come out with the next one. So if it does come out anytime soon. So yeah, I'll check it out later. But good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing okay. Hope family's good. I seen your team doing well last night. I think they got a win, didn't they? Did they finish winning? I'm sure they were winning last night. Didn't won it 1-0, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, thank you for that. Ice Cool Palmer. Good to see you, mate. And as I say, hope you're doing okay. So Hearts now with the possession on that far side as they chip the ball forward. And it's knocked away out on this near side. More controversy this afternoon, guys, in the Premier League. I'm sure you guys might have seen it with yet again more boneheaded decisions from a referee in that game with Crystal Palace and Liverpool. It's getting ridiculous, isn't it, guys? The amount of officials now causing controversy. It was VAR. Now it's becoming officials that are causing the controversy, not just VAR. So let me know your thoughts on that. But thank you for that, Ice Cold Palmer. Good to see you, mate. Not spoke to you properly for a while, but good to see you. Thank you for dropping in. Hope you're doing well. So we've got a corner on this near side for Hearts, guys. Ken's with us. How's it going, Ken? Ken saying hi, Gaz, Stevie, Ice Cold Palmer. How you doing, Ken? Good to see you, mate. Welcome to the show. Always good to see Ken, a regular member of the Fan community. Hope you're doing well today, mate. How are you feeling? Hope you're feeling a little bit better today. And what did you make of that game, Ken? And the Liverpool beat Crystal Palace game earlier on at dinner time. Only caught part of it, but I noticed the referee again causing all sorts of controversy. It's getting stupid, in it? It really is. But thank you for that, Ken, and welcome to the show, mate. And Ken there with the positive vibes towards everybody. Top stuff, Ken. Thank you. Ice Cold Palmer saying, good to be back, mate. They got a 1-1 draw. Oh, did it finish 1-1 in the end? I know you guys were leading in at when I checked it. But obviously I was quite tired last night. It's been a long week, so I might have not registered it in my head when I read out the results late on last night. But I know you guys were winning. But a point, if you can't win it don't lose it, and a point away from home is better than nothing, mate. So thank you for that, Ice Cool Palmer. And Ice Cool Palmer there saying, cheers, Ken Fish. Thank you, mate. Top stuff. Loving the positivity. So let's try and get into the game a little bit here, guys. Ice Cool Palmer saying, feed me off. It's every match now. It is, mate. You're right. It is right. Absolutely. It's getting stupid, isn't it? It's getting absolutely stupid. It's bad enough with the controversy for the VAR stuff, but with the referees now making the situation worse with their controversy. And I watched the tail end of that game, and the commentators said there weren't any serious bad challenges, but yet 7 yellow cards in a game where there wasn't any excessive challenges. That's crazy. Plus 1 red card, obviously. Crystal Palace not happy about the red card. Can understand why, but I could also understand why Liverpool had the ump with the fact that Crystal Palace got a penalty after 1 minute 40, guys. Game carried on playing for 1 minute 40 before the referee blew the whistle to bring it back for a penalty. What happens if Liverpool had scored in that 1 minute 40? Would that have been chalked off? This is how stupid it's getting. But thank you for that, Ice Cool Palmer. Ice Cool Palmer saying, my bad, guys. We won 1-0 yesterday. I've been that busy recently. They drew last week and won yesterday. I thought they did. I thought they got a 1-0 win last night. Yeah, I thought they did. But no worries, mate. It's an easy mistake to make. Like I say, I'm tired some nights. And I am when I'm really, really tired. Sometimes I'm a little bit on autopilot, if I'm honest. But that's because we've got to keep up the momentum, guys. We've got to keep up the momentum. And I'm stay motivated and keep driving on with the channel, even when I'm absolutely shattered sometimes. But thank you for that. Massive respect to you, mate, for your honesty there. Easy mistake to make, mate. 1 week blends into another sometimes. So, top man, Ice Cold Palmer, thank you, mate. So, Hearts are now with the possession. We're 7 minutes in, guys. Still 0-0. Hearts now just knocking it about in midway inside their own half as they play it back to the goalkeeper as Aberdeen come to press the ball. Goalkeeper kicks the ball long up the field as Aberdeen head it back in the direction it come from as it just bounces out towards that far side. Both sets of players challenging for it, and eventually it's gone out for a throw-in almost bang on the halfway line to Aberdeen. Aberdeen take it quickly as the ball comes in. Challenge comes in from Shankland, but the ball deflects out on that far side. So throw into Aberdeen again, but this time further in their own half. As the ball comes in, they knock it back to their defensive line. Now it's chipped forward as Hearts intercept it, but it deflects off the Aberdeen player and bounces out of play for another throw-in on that far side, but this time to Hearts deep inside their own half. So Hearts now with the ball from the throw-in as it's headed up the field. And now a challenge, and the referee's blown for a foul. Any of you guys know why Hearts have got no sponsorship on their shirt at the moment? I noticed it in the European campaign, but I thought that was just a temporary thing because sometimes clubs don't always get the sponsorship sorted right at the start of the season. But I'm just noticing that they're still playing in a kit with no sponsorship on it. So just wondering if any of you guys know why. Hearts now playing the ball into the centre as Aberdeen come to challenge for it, but Hearts just play the ball forward as they now knock it out wide to that far side, trying to push up the field, but Aberdeen pressing the ball as eventually Hearts work the ball across the field and out to this near side before cutting it back into the centre again and eventually working it all the way back to the centre circle as Aberdeen press the ball. Now a long ball down the middle as Hearts trying to get in behind, but not sure who it was there, but one of the Hearts players just slipped there as he went to sprint forward. and that allowed Aberdeen to win back the possession as they knock it now back to the goalkeeper. So thank you for that, Ice Cool Palmer. Thank you, mate, and good to see you. So now Aberdeen with the possession at the back as they now chip it out wide to that far side. Oh, it's not forward. It's now Aberdeen on the attack. And Hearts just managing to get back and intercept it as they now play it into the centre. Knocked back towards the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long down the centre of the field as it's headed back in the direction it came from as Aberdeen pick it up now in the centre circle before some sloppy possession there. Gives the possession straight back to Hearts. They knock it forward, but equally sloppy possession, and Aberdeen win it back, knocking it back to the goalkeepers. Now he kicks it long down the field, and Hearts are able to head it back to their own keeper. So we're just coming up to 11 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. Let's have a quick nosy what's going on around the grounds. So just to let you guys know, one goal gone in the Premier League, and it's Bournemouth who have scored early on. 9 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Bournemouth 1. So Bournemouth causing a bit of a surprise with the early goal. Also to let you know, one goal in the Scottish Premiership, guys. Dundee have taken the lead against Rangers 9 minutes into that one. So Dundee playing away from home tonight this afternoon at Rangers, and they've gone 1-0 up. Goals to tell you about in the English Championship, guys. There is none. There is none. There was the two earlier kickoffs. Blackburn Rovers losing to Leeds 2-0 and Sunderland winning 2-1 against West Brom. But all the 3 o'clock kickoffs still 0-0. In English League One, Burton Albion taking the lead against Stevenage. Reading have also taken the lead against Barnsley. And in English League Two, Wimbledon 1-0 up against Swindon Town. And a number of games there postponed because of waterlogged pitch in League Two. In the Scottish Championship, guys, only one goal to tell you about. Queen's Park have gone 1-0 up against Inverness. All the other games still 0-0. And in the Scottish League One, Annan Athletic currently 1-1 with Cove Rangers. And Queen of the South have taken the lead against Montrose. And in Scottish League Two, no goals so far, guys. So that brings you up to date around the grounds at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on that throughout the afternoon. As now Aberdeen trying to track down this near side, but the ball intercepted by Hearts as they just knock it back to the goalkeeper. Now the ball kicked up the field as both sets of players challenge for it on this near side, and it bounces out for a throw-in just inside the Aberdeen half. Don't forget, guys, we're still early. We're only just coming up to 14 minutes in, still 0-0. Let us know your thoughts, how you think this one will turn out. Aberdeen needing the points quite badly at the moment as they've had a really poor start to the season. Oh, Hearts winning it back now on the edge of the Aberdeen box as the shot comes in from distance, but it's right down the goalkeeper's throat, who manages to make a comfortable save. But that come from a slip from the Aberdeen player at the back. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts, guys, if you've got a score prediction. Rick 2015, how you doing, mate? Good to see you, Rick. Rick 2015 saying, afternoon, hope you are all well. Thank you, Rick. Top man, loving the positivity, mate. Thank you for dropping in, Rick. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend, Rick. Thank you for dropping in, mate. Always a pleasure. Top man. And yeah, I'm doing well, thanks. How you doing? Okay, mate? Hope you're doing well. And thank you for asking, Rick, as we've got the ball out to play on that far side. So throw in. Just to let you guys know, Nottingham Forest have taken the lead against Wolves 15 minutes into that one. If you missed it earlier, just to let you know, Bournemouth have also taken the lead against Manchester United. And Dundee in Scotland have taken the lead against Rangers. No goals to tell you about so far in the English Championship, apart from the 2 games earlier on, which was Leeds winning 2-0 against Blackburn and Sunderland winning 2-1 against West Brom. In English League One, just 1 goal to tell you about as Reading have taken the lead against Barnsley. English League 2, Wimbledon 1-0 up against Swindon Town. No goals in the other games, but a number of games called off in English League 2. And Scottish Championship, guys, just the 1 goal to tell you about Queen's Park going ahead against Inverness. And in the Scottish League 1, Annan Athletic 1-1 with Cove Rangers. Aberdeen now with a cross into the box as it's knocked away. Sorry, just break off, guys, as Aberdeen on the attack. And the ball eventually is knocked away out on this near side. And it goes out for a goal kick. So, yeah, Annan Athletic 1-0 up against Cove. Sorry, 1-1 with Cove Rangers. Queen of the South have gone 1-0 up against Montrose. In Scottish League 2, no goals to tell you about so far, guys. So that brings you up to date round the grounds. Rick 2015 saying, "Oh, good here, bud. Thank you. Top stuff. Good to hear, mate. Good to hear." And thank you for that, Rick. Top man. And Ken is saying, "Hi, Rick. Awesome. Thank you, Ken. What a guy." And Rick returning the same consideration. You guys are absolutely class. Loving the positive vibes. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate the positivity. And you guys are welcoming each other to the chat and saying hi. Top stuff. So ball knocked out wide on this near side as Aberdeen forced to play it back as Hearts come to press the ball. And now Aberdeen trying to come forward down the middle. As the ball knocked out wide to that far side before it's knocked back into the centre. Now Aberdeen playing it out to this near side. As Hearts come to press the ball, forcing Aberdeen backwards. You can tell the difference between these 2 sides, guys. Aberdeen looking really nervous when they're in possession. That would reflect their position in the league at the moment. But Hearts looking quite confident when they're in possession. Aberdeen now playing the ball out wide on that far side as they play forward now. Aberdeen still with the possession as they work their way down that far side. Hearts trying to press the ball, but Aberdeen now coming into the centre as they try to keep the possession under pressure. Not back out wide, now across into the box. And it's not the greatest as the goalkeeper manages to pluck the ball out the air, and that relieves the pressure momentarily for Hearts. Ken is saying, Aberdeen 0, Hearts 0. My prediction. Thank you, Ken. Nice one, mate. You think so? You think it's going to... Well, yeah, interesting. Interesting one, Ken. Thank you for that, mate. Oh, Hearts now on the attack as they play the ball forward. Attempting to get the cross into the box, but it's deflected off the Aberdeen defender and goes out on this near side. But thank you for that, Ken, top man. Yeah, I'm quite surprised with that score prediction. You could be right, mate. You could be spot on there, Ken. We'll have to see how it goes, mate. Aberdeen will want the points to get themselves away from that bottom of the table, and obviously Hearts will want the points to keep pushing hard for a European place come the end of the season. As Hearts now with the corner, it's deep. Oh, and it's into the back of the net. Hearts with a header, and I think it's Shankland that's got the goal. Well, the ball came in deep, right into the mix of all the players. And it's bundled into the back of the net somehow, waiting for the replay here. And I think it's Shanklin that has got it, as he's been congratulated by his teammates. Yep, he comes flying in at the back post. And yeah, well, that's a little bit poor defending there by Aberdeen. Why are they not marking him better there? Shankland, obviously the danger man, as he's the main striker for Aberdeen. For Hearts, and Aberdeen allowed him to just run into the back post and almost pretty much get a free header. So 20 minutes gone, guys. Aberdeen 0, Hearts 1. Mr. Barnsley, how you doing, mate? Mr. Barnsley saying, we are not looking good again against Reading. Keep the faith, mate. Long afternoon. Plenty of time to turn it round. Yeah, I just saw that you guys gone 1-0 down, but keep the faith, Ryan. Still time to turn it round, mate. And just to let you know, I'm hoping to try and do a little bit of a video on Barnsley very soon if I've got the time. So I thought you might be interested in that. It's not exclusively Barnsley, but it's involving Barnsley. So ball knocked out on that far side as Hearts now with the throw-in. Ball comes in as Aberdeen challenge for it, winning it back. Now played into the middle as Hearts win the loose ball. And now we've got the referee blown for a foul here. So it's going to be a free kick to Hearts. So, yeah, thank you for that, Mr. Barnsley, Ryan. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Kent is saying, are they losing, Ryan? Yeah, they were. Well, a minute ago when I last checked, they were 1-0 down, but still plenty of time for Barnsley to get themselves back into it. Rangers have equalised now against Dundee, guys, in the Scottish Premiership. Rangers 1, Dundee 1. Yeah, 21 minutes gone in that game, Reading v Barnsley. So still plenty of time for Barnsley to get themselves back into that. Burton Albion have taken the lead against Stevenage as well, guys. Leicester have taken a lead against Plymouth. So ball currently back with the Hearts goalkeeper. Now the ball played forward down the middle. Aberdeen with the possession. So thank you for that, Ken. Rick is saying, I'm a Reading fan, so I hope Barnsley don't improve. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Well, I tried to be neutral. I'm just trying to encourage you guys. Obviously, when you come on here and you're a little bit down about your team, I'm going to try and be positive with you guys and tell you to keep the faith. But as obviously, with regards to clubs like that, I try to be neutral. But yeah, I can understand Reading wanting to get. Reading are actually in a really difficult position, so they're going to try and hang on to that result, aren't they? As they need the points. But yeah, that's an interesting one, actually. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. But thank you for that, Rick. Totally understandable, mate. Like I say, just trying to be positive with you guys as much as possible. Doesn't mean I've got a preference on who to win. It's now Aberdeen playing the ball in the centre. Thank you for that, Rick. Top man. Mr. Barnsley saying thanks, Gaz lad. No worries, mate. No worries. Thank you, Ryan. And Mr. Barnes is saying 1-0 down, Ken. Well, yeah. Well, I think Barnsley are going to have to get to grips with that a little bit, mate, because Reading are going to fight tooth and nail to keep hold of that result, aren't they? Because they're having a tough time this season. So, yeah, the Barnsley players will have to work hard if they want something out of that game, won't they? Now, Hearts have won a free kick on this near side, just inside their own half. Ken's saying, can they fight back? They can, mate, but they'll have to fight hard. Reading having a really difficult season, so they got the noses in front. They're going to work hard to try and keep it. Means Barnsley are going to have to match their desire and commitment. I'm nothing against either club, but I do feel for Reading this season. They are having a really, really tough time. And it is, again, another club in crisis because of bad owners. So yeah, I've got quite a bit of sympathy for the Reading fans. I feel for them. I've been there with my own club, so I know what it's like when you feel like the football gods are conspiring against you. But I've nothing against Barnsley either. But like I say, it would be nice to see Reading get some points on the board, just to give their fans some hope, I suppose. But it doesn't have to come against Barnsley, whoever it comes against. Just like be nice to see Reading get some points on the board to give their fans a little bit of hope. Because let's be honest, guys, it's not nice when your club's struggling for non-football reasons because of owners. It's so bad. I'm sure you guys have experienced it with other clubs. I know I've experienced it with my club. I'm sure Barnsley have been in that problem as well in the past with owners making life difficult for the players on the pitch. So yeah, I've got quite a bit of sympathy for Reading's situation at the minute. So I wish them well for the rest of the season. But like I say, nothing against Barnsley who they play today. Just like I said, I'd like to see Reading fans be given some hope for the rest of the season in one of the next couple of games. As now Hearts knocking the ball out wide to this near side. Now coming forward. Aberdeen coming to challenge for it, but Hearts managing to retain it as now they play it forward, knocking it towards the edge of the box. It's knocked out wide as now Hearts taking it to the byline. It's crossed in and it's knocked away by Devlin and goes out on this near side for a throw in to Hearts. Has it gone? No, I think it might have gone out for a corner actually, guys. Sorry. I thought it had bounced out for a throw in on this near side, but it's not. It's gone for a corner. So corner to Hearts. Mr. Barnes is saying we all Oxford United, are we? Laugh out loud. Thank you, Ryan. Corner comes in. It's deep as it's knocked away out wide to that far side. Aberdeen picking up the pieces as they knock it forward now. Challenge comes in from Hearts. And that looked a bit of a soft one, if you ask me. But the referee's giving it as a free kick. Ball kicked long up the field as it's headed back to the Hearts goalkeeper. If you're just joining us, guys, it's currently coming up to 29 minutes gone. Aberdeen 0, Hearts 1. Ryan is saying Hecky seen in job sacked Collins. Oh, that's what I was going to look at. Sorry, guys. Just quickly. It's so much football to keep up with, guys. I do sometimes lose a little bit of track where things are at. There's just so much to cover. Oh, now Aberdeen coming into the box as they play it forward, but it's intercepted by Hearts, who managed to knock it away. It's now Aberdeen picking up the pieces further up the field. Now they knock it out wide to this near side. Ball crossed in as it's headed away. And now Aberdeen frustrated there as a challenge between Hearts and Aberdeen outside the box, and the referee's giving it Hearts' way. Yeah. So that result would pull Reading up to 4th if it stays like that, guys. Oh. The ball currently back with the Aberdeen goalkeeper. Just to let you guys know, Peterborough have taken the lead against Oxford United. Northampton Town taking the lead against Fleetwood Town. Burton Albion taking the lead against Stevenage. Cheltenham Town 1-0 up against Bristol Rovers. Blackpool also 1-0 up against Carlisle. In the Scottish Premiership, guys, as we know, 1-0 right here. Livingston are 1-0 down now against Hibs. Hibs have taken a lead in that one. And Rangers are now 2-1 up against Dundee. With no goals in the other games just yet, guys. In the Premier League, Bournemouth are still in the lead against Manchester United, and Forest still in the lead against Wolverhampton. No goals to tell you about yet in the other games, guys. In the English Championship, we got a collision on that far side of the pitch. So the referee, he's giving a yellow card there to the Hearts player. Yeah, he just pulled the Aberdeen player down by the shirt. So, yeah, free kick on that far side, on the edge of the box for Aberdeen, guys. Huddersfield Town have taken the lead against Bristol City. Leicester still 1-0 up against Plymouth. Grimsby Town taking the lead against Crewe Alexandra. And Newport County also 1-0 up against Tranmere Rovers. So we're about to have this free kick for Aberdeen. Ball knocked out as the shot comes in. Oh, and it's just wide of the near post. Good idea there by Aberdeen. They didn't knock it straight into the box. They knocked it out towards the edge of the box and got a clean shot on goal, trying to get it right through all the bodies in the box. And it's gone wide. I'm not sure if it took a deflection there. No, referee says no. So goal kick to Hearts. Just to let you guys know, Queen of the South have now 1-1. Inverness have equalised against Queen of the South. 1-1 in that one. In Scottish League One, Annan Athletic now 2-1 down to Cove Rangers. Edinburgh City 1-1 with Stirling Albion. And Queen of the South 2-0 up against Montrose. Scottish League 2, Bonnie Ridge Rose 1-0 up against Peterhead. Clyde 1-0 up against Stranraer. And East Fife 1-0 up against Elgin City. So, yeah. Some goals to tell you about in the Northern Irish Premiership, guys. Cliftonville have taken the lead against Glentown. Colorino have taken a lead 1-0 against Logan Gall. And Linfield currently 1-1 with Dungannon Swift. Number of games going on in the Welsh Cup this afternoon as well, guys, but not seeing any results for that yet. Wolves have equalised against Nottingham Forest. Ryan is saying Hecky seen in job sacked Collins. I read that one, didn't I? Sorry, thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Mr. Barnes also, Paul Hackey, he is in role going to EFL. He might be interested coming back to Barnsley. Interesting. Interesting. Well, thank you for letting us know, Ryan. Interesting bit of info there, mate. We've got a player down here receiving treatment. One of the Aberdeen players just receiving treatment at the moment, guys. So Rangers are now 3-1 up against Dundee. They've scored a third goal. So it's Jensen that was receiving treatment there for Aberdeen. He's back on his feet now. Looks like he's going to be okay to continue. Aberdeen now with the throwing on this near side. Mr. Barnes is saying ex-Sheffield United. Thank you, mate. Thank you for letting us know. Interesting, yeah. Interesting stuff. As now Aberdeen with the cross into the box. And it's gone deflected wide. And that will be a corner on this near side to Aberdeen. So corner to come in. As it comes in, it's right into the mix of bodies, knocked away. As Aberdeen picking up the pieces further up the field. Now knocking it back out wide to this near side as they try to keep the pressure on. Now it's chipped forward into the box as Hart's forced to head it wide and knock the ball behind. And that's going to be another corner for Aberdeen on this near side. Corner comes in. It's deep, but this time the goalkeeper managed to jump and pluck the ball out the air, and that released the pressure momentarily for Hearts. Mr. Barnes is saying forgot put manager. Right, so all right, I'm with you now. I thought you meant it was like, and I'm like coming back to the club in a behind the scenes capacity or something like that, as an assistant or something. But as the manager, interesting. Thank you for letting us know, Barnes, Mr. Barnsley. Interesting. So we've got a coming together of players on this near side. Free kick to Aberdeen as they knock it back to the goalkeeper. Now the goalkeeper playing it out wide on this near side as Aberdeen play it forward. Now racing towards the edge of the Hearts box. Hearts coming to press the ball, but Aberdeen managing to retain it. As now they take it to the byline. Cross comes into the box. It's headed away. As Hearts picking up the pieces further up the field. Now trying to take it out wide as Aberdeen. Well, I'm not sure that's a throw in, really. That's a bit of a foul. Aberdeen fans booing as the Hearts player there, just stopping the game. And he got injured as he rolled off the edge of the pitch, but he scooted himself back on so that they couldn't start the game. Now a cross comes in for Aberdeen, but it's a poor one as it bounces out on that far side, and that will be a throw into Hearts. Mr. Barnes is saying he knows us better than any manager, what we need, what we had. Okay, thank you for that, Ryan. To be honest, I do know of him. I just don't know an awful lot about him, to be fair. I have heard him mentioned, obviously, in football talk in the past, but in honesty, mate, I don't know an awful lot about him because he's just as you do. Some people, when you're following football, some people grab your attention. You get to know them a bit better, obviously, and what they're about. And some people in football, you just don't. They just don't come to your attention until something catches your attention, so to speak. So yeah, thank you for that, Ryan. I appreciate you letting us know, mate. As I always say, you guys know your own clubs better than I do. So thank you for that, Ryan. I appreciate the info, mate. I'll certainly try and keep an eye on it. But obviously, I've got quite a bit of work that I'm working on at the moment with stuff behind the scenes for the channels. Don't forget, guys, I've actually set up our new channel to run alongside Fanden, called Glasgow. There will be some sports on there, some other stuff. There's going to be all sorts on there, all sorts. But there will be sports as well. So if you want to check that out, you can do. Ball kicked long now, out wide on this near side as Aberdeen with the possession, played into the centre. As now they knock it out wide to that far side. Now coming forward as they play the ball long down the field. And Hearts knock it back in the direction it came from. Mr. Barnes is saying, come on, Barnsley. Have they scored a goal? Or are you just getting behind your teammate? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Barnsley have equalised. Well, Reading 1, Barnsley 1, 40 minutes gone. Lake Orient gone 1-0 down to Derby County. Derby County taking the lead against Lake Orient, and also Northampton Town now 2-0 up against Fleetwood. Port Vale 1-0 up against Exeter City. Burton Albion 1 up against Stevenage, and Cheltenham Town 1 up against Bristol Rovers. Blackpool 1-0 up against Carlisle, and Shrewsbury Town 1-0 up against Wycombe Wanderers. In the English Championship, guys, Huddersfield 1-0 up against Bristol City. Leicester 1-0 up against Plymouth. Ipswich have taken the lead against Middlesbrough. And no goals to tell you about yet in the other games, guys. In the Scottish Premiership, as we know, Hearts 1-0 up here. Hibs 1-0 up against Livingston. And Rangers 3-1 up against Dundee. United still trailing in the Premier League against Bournemouth. Now Aberdeen with a possession on this near side. As now they chip the ball forward, but it's intercepted by Hearts, who head it back into the centre. Now Hearts trying to move up the field as they kick the ball long over the top. But it's not the greatest as it. The Aberdeen goalkeeper comes out to intercept it. Now he kicks the ball long, but Hearts have intercepted it now as they race forward. Aberdeen with limited bodies behind the ball here as Hearts play it into the box, but it's deflected away as Aberdeen tried to relieve the pressure, and a challenge comes in from Hearts, and the referee blows for the foul. Just to let you know, guys, the English League 2, Wimbledon 1-0 up against Swindon Town. Crawley Town 1-0 up against Colchester. Grimsby 1-0 up against Crewe Alexander. Notts County 1-0 up against Walsall. And Newport County 1-0 up against Tranmere Rovers. Scottish Championship, guys. Dunfermline have taken the lead against Adrians. And Greenock Morton 1-0 up against Arbroath. Queen of the Queen's Park 1-1 with Inverness. Scottish League 1, Cove Rangers 2-1 up against Annan Athletic. Edinburgh City 1-1 with Stirling Albion. Falkirk 1-0 up against Kelly Hearts, Celtic Hearts. And Queen of the South now 4-0 up against Montrose. Scottish League 2, Ponyridge Roast 1-0 up against Peterhead. Clyde 2-1 up against Stranraer. East Fife 1-0 ahead against Elgin City. And in the Northern Irish Premiership, Cliftonville 1-0 up against Glentown. Coleraine 1-1 with Logan Gal. And Linfield 1-1 with Dungannon Swift. So loads of goals going in around the grounds, guys. Now a free kick for Hearts, deep inside their own half, as the goalkeeper kicks it long down the field. Mr. Barnes is saying, not good record against Reading. Need a win today. Well, yep, I understand you need a win. I'm neutral in that one, to be fair, mate. I respect you guys want a win, but I'm like I said, I don't want to take sides really, but I've got a bit of sympathy for the hard time that Reading have got at the moment just for the ownership, mate. I love football, you know that. You know I love football. And I hate seeing clubs struggling on the pitch because of problems with owners. It's really bad. Really bad to keep seeing all these clubs having to deal with off the field issues that are affecting the teams on the field. But yep, interesting game going on there between Reading and Barnsley. Aberdeen now knocking it out wide to this near side, but I can understand why Barnsley fans would want the win in that one. You guys wanting to keep the momentum going, trying to push up the top of the table, but obviously Reading needing the points for the completely different reasons. 2 minutes to be added on, guys, at the end of this first half. Ball kicked long down the field as Hearts pick up the pieces on the edge of the Aberdeen box. Oh, and another foul here. So Sibic with the warning of the referee here for, well, it's a simple foul to make. He has fouled the player, but you can understand why he did it, because he was in possession of the ball and the ball's just got away from his feet a little bit. He's lashed his leg out to try and keep possession of it, and as he's done that, the Aberdeen player were right behind him, has also gone for the ball, and it resulted in a foul. But I wouldn't say there was anything nasty in it. It wasn't maliceful. So ball has gone out on that far side for a throw into Aberdeen, almost bang on the halfway line. And there goes the half-time whistle. And boos, a little bit of boos around the ground from the Aberdeen fans. Mr. Barnes is saying QPR 1-0 up. Thank you, Ryan. Nice one, mate. Thank you for letting us know. So let's have a look at the halftime match stats, guys, and then we'll go round the grounds to give a roundup, a halftime roundup. So thank you for that, Ryan, top man. Where was I now? What was I doing? Halftime match stats. Yeah. So let's have a look. Sorry, my brain switched off for a minute then, guys. So here we go, guys. Let's have a look. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, there we go, guys. Should be on your screen now, hopefully. So here we go, guys. Don't worry if you can't read it. I'll read it out to you. So full time. Sorry, halftime. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, my brain's not with it today. Total shots, 3 for Aberdeen, 3 for Hearts. Shots on target, none for Aberdeen, 3 for Hearts. Possession, 55% for Aberdeen, 45% for Hearts. Passes, 234 for Aberdeen, 205 for Hearts. Pass accuracy, 76% for Aberdeen, 72% for Hearts. Fouls, 5 for Aberdeen and 8 for Hearts. Yellow cards, none for Aberdeen, 2 against Hearts. No red cards. Offsides, 2 against Aberdeen, none against Hearts. And corners, 2 for Aberdeen and 3 for Hearts. So there you go, guys. I'll leave that on the screen for you guys to look at if you wish. And let's give you a quick roundup around the ground. Don't forget, guys, do drop your comments in and please do hit that like button if you haven't already. Would be appreciated. And thank you very much if you have already hit it. So, Premier League, guys, here's the roundup at halftime. The dinner time kickoff finished Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2, full-time result. The halftime, 3 o'clock kickoffs, Brighton 0, Barnsley. Brighton 0, Burnley 1. Sorry, my bad guys. That's because we were just talking about Barnsley and the names of Burnley and Barnsley quite similar. So my apologies. Not in how they say, but how they look. Man United 0, Bournemouth 1. That is bang on a half-time. And bear in mind that is at Old Trafford as well. So Bournemouth potentially on course to cause an upset. Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0. And Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Villa play Arsenal at 5:30. In the Scottish Premiership, Aberdeen, as we know, currently 1-0 down here at Hearts against Hearts. Livingston 1-0 down against Hibernian. Motherwell 0-0 with St Johnstone. Rangers 3, Dundee 1. St Mirren 0, Ross County 0. Into the English Championship, guys, Blackburn Rovers lost 2-0 earlier on at dinner time against Leeds United, and Sunderland with a 2-1 win at home against West Bromwich Albion. The 3 o'clock kickoffs are as follows, guys. Cardiff City 0, Millwall 0. Huddersfield Town 1, Bristol City 0. Leicester City 1, Plymouth 0. Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich Town 1. Norwich City 0, Preston 0. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Hull City 0. Rotherham United 0, Swansea City 1. Stoke City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Watford 0, Southampton 0. One game to tell you about in the Women's Super League, guys, that was is a full-time result. Manchester City winning 2-1 earlier on against Aston Villa ladies. So that was a full-time result. Into English League One, guys. Blackpool 1, Carlisle United 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Cheltenham Town 1, Burton Albion 1, Stevenage 1, Charlton Athletic 0, Cambridge United 0, Exeter City 0, Port Vale 1, Leyton Orient 0, Derby County 1, Northampton Town 2, Fleetwood Town 0, Peterborough United 2, Oxford United 0, Reading 1, Barnsley 1, Wigan Athletic 0, Lincoln City 0, Wickham Wanderers 0, Shrewsbury Town 1. Into English League 2, Accrington Stanley 0, Doncaster Rovers 0, Wimbledon 1, Swindon Town 0. Those are our time results. Barrow v Gillingham, match postponed because of a waterlogged pitch. Bradford City v Salford, also waterlogged pitch, match postponed. Colchester United 0, Crawley Town 1. Forest Green Rovers v Wrexham, match postponed because of a waterlogged pitch. Grimsby Town 2, Crewe Alexander 0. Morecambe 0, Stockport County 0. Notts County 1, Walsall 0. And Tranmere Rovers 0, Newport County 0. Other games that have also been postponed because of a waterlogged pitch, guys. Mansfield Town v MK Dons and Sutton United v Harrogate Town. Into the FA Trophy, guys. Third round FA Trophy results. Averley 0, Hungerford Town 0. Barnet 3, Maidstone United 0. Bath City 0. Burham Wood 0. Bromley v Slough Town, no result yet. Chesterfield 2, Southport 1, Chippenham Town 2, Gloucester City 0, Chorley 1, Blythe Spartans 0, City of Liverpool 1, Hartlepool United 0, Curzon Ashton 0, Macclesfield 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Peterborough Sports 0, Dorking Wanderers 2, Maidenhead United 0, Eastleigh 1, Aldershot Town 0, Ebbsfleet United 0, Bishop Stortford 0, Halifax v Altrincham match postponed, Frome Town 0, Torquay United 2, Hendon 1, Weymouth 0, Hereford 1, South Park 0, Horsham 1, AFC Totton 0, and Hyde Town v White Hawk postponed, Kidderminster Harriers 3, Stourbridge 0, Nantwich Town 3, York City 0, Nuneaton Borough 0, AFC Fylde 0, Oldham Athletic 1, Loughborough 1, Oxford City 0, Chelmsford City 0, Ratcliffe beat Redditch United, match postponed, Southend United 0, Hampton and Richmore 0, Wallace Wood match postponed against Colville Town, and Wellington United 1, Brackley Town 1. Into the Scottish Championship, guys. Airdrie United 0, Dunfermline 1, Arbroath 0, Greenock Morton 1, Dundee United 0, Ayr United 0, Queen's Park 1, Inverness 1, Scottish League 2, Alloa Athletic 0, Hamilton Academic 0, Annan Athletic 1, Cove Rangers 2, Edinburgh City 1, Stirling Albion 2, Falkirk 1, Kelly Hearts 0, Montrose 0, and Queen of the South 4. Scottish League 2, guys. Bonnyridge Roast 1, Peterhead 0, Clyde 2, Stranraer 1, Dumbarton 0, Stranhousemere 0, East 5 2, Elgin City 0, the Spartans 0, Forfar Athletic 0. So there you go. That brings you bang up to date, with the exception of the Welsh Cup, which we aren't getting any results for, guys. In the Northern Irish Premiership, Cliftonville 1, Glenthorne 1, Colorino 2, Logan Gal 1, and Linfield 1, Dungannon Swift 3. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you caught all that. Right, so where was that? All right. So Rick is saying, seeing as you are a Bolton fan, do you remember the 1995 playoff final between Reading and Bolton at the old Wembley? I do, mate. I only remember it vaguely because I was a kid then. I was only a kid then. I was still young. I do remember it, mate. I remember. It might be a bit jumbled up in my head, to be fair, Rick. I remember a trophy parade when I was a kid through Bolton. I think it might. I'm not sure what year it was. Like I said, I was only a youngster. But yeah, I do remember because I did start. I think that was around the time of when I started to go to regular games for Bolton at Burndon Park and stuff. Obviously, so I was only just starting to. I didn't when I was a kid. I didn't really get. I was interested in football when I was a kid, but I didn't get deeply interested in it until I hit my late teens. If you guys get my meaning, which I think is just normal. You're young, you're boisterous, you're a young lad. You got other things to occupy yourself. But obviously, as you get a little bit older, you start to wise up and become a man. So yeah, I do remember. I remember a lot of things about Bolton when I was younger, mate. But it's all a little bit jumbled up in my head. So yeah, I wouldn't like to quote any details, Rick, because I'd probably get it mixed up with other details just because it's so long ago. Because that's like what, that's 30 years ago now. 30, whoa, where does time go? 30 years, that's bad, isn't it? 30 years, man. Oh, where did that time go? Oh, Rick, I feel old now. But yeah, I'd like to say, mate, I don't remember all the details of that. But I do vaguely remember it. Like I say, I didn't get to go because obviously it was at Wembley and I was still at school then and stuff like that. So there was no way my parents were going to let me have time off to go all the day down to London for a final, especially with my circumstances when I was a kid. So yeah, but thank you for that, Rick. Like I say, mate, I do remember. I just can't remember the specifics, details of it. So yeah, thank you for that, Rick. Top man. Thank you, mate. Um, Ken is saying, sorry, everyone. My good friend rang me needing help. No worries, mate. No worries. Top man, Ken. Yep, you go and help your friend out, mate. If he needs your help, that's what friends are for, mate. Top stuff. They love to hear that. A lot of fans, a lot of people these days don't go out of the way to help friends and family. And to be honest, the world would be a better place if more people did it. Because why is it so hard to just help out a friend if they're in the need of it? So yeah, you crack on, Ken. Go and help out your friend. Top stuff, mate. And Ken just saying poor prediction again. You'll get one right again eventually, Ken. You'll get one right, mate. So I'm not sure if Ken's meaning in his. I'm not sure if that means he's been on the phone or he needs to go out. I'm not sure, Ken, but thank you for that, mate. If you need to go out to see your friend, no worries, mate. We understand. Respect to you for being there for a friend because a lot of people wrapped up in their own bubble these days, not really got time for helping friends. So thank you, Ken. If you need to jump off, no worries, mate. Always a pleasure to have you with us. And, we'll be here plenty more when you've got more time if you do need to pop out. But thank you, Ken. Mr. Barnsley saying, don't worry, Ken. Nice one, Mr. Barnsley. Top stuff, mate. Loving the positive vibes. Awesome. Mr. Barnsley saying, Ken Barnsley won, Reading won. Yeah, all to play for Reading and Barnsley. Ken is saying, I don't. It's only a bit of fun. Right, okay, Ken. Thank you. Well, we thought it was something urgent had come up. Ken saying equalise. Equalised. You two play nicely. Equalised you to play nicely. I'm not getting that very well, Ken. My bad, mate. Rick is saying you beat us 4-3 in that 1995 playoff final to get into the Premier League for the 95-96 season, but you got relegated back to Division 1 after 95-96. See, yep. And then we went back up, and then that's when I think it was after that. That was when Big Sam came in. Not long after that, when we actually got relegated, I think. And then we eventually managed to get back in the Premier League and stay there for a few years. But yeah, thank you for that, Rick. Yeah, now you pointed out the scoreline. I'm remembering little bits. Like I said, it's a long time ago. But yeah, you guys remembering that scoreline and think you remember right. That was an end-to-end game, if I remember rightly, really competitive. Um, but that's how Reading are. Reading are a competitive team. They're kind of like a few clubs down there at League One at the moment. They're in a false position through no fault of their own. And I think there's few clubs down there in League One that are having a difficult time at the moment, a little bit below where they should be. We're back underway though now, guys. Sorry, just changing the screen, guys, so you guys can see the team news. Anybody new joining us can see how the team's lining up. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, so we're back underway, and the ball has just been kicked long down that far side and gone out of play. So it's a goal kick now. Uh, as the goalkeeper kicks the ball long up the field. Rick is saying Reading were 2-0 up, then missed the penalty. Yeah, didn't was it? It was, if I remember rightly, Rick. I mean, obviously, I was only a kid at the time, so I might not be remember it correctly. But um, if I remember rightly, that was a really end-to-end game, and wasn't there? It might have been the penalty that you're going on about. I seem to remember there was a controversial decision of the referee or something in that game. Like I say, it's a long time ago, so I might be getting confused with other games. Um, but I do remember that. It does seem to stick in my head that that was really entertaining game end to end. Both teams going for it, if I'm remembering correctly. But obviously, Bolton have been involved in a few Wembley finals over the years. So playoffs and cup finals or whatever. So I might be remembering it wrong. Or semi-final. Doesn't help now with semi-finals as well being played there, does it? But yeah, if I remember rightly, it was quite an entertaining game. And I think didn't the referee make a really bad decision in it or something? If I remember right, it might be the penalty that you're going on about. I can't remember the full details of it. To be fair, Rick saying yeah, it was end to end. It was live on. Oh, I can't remember if it was like mate. I can't remember if it was live on TV back then. But thank you, Rick. You got an amazing memory, mate. You got an amazing memory. But massive respect there, Rick. Top stuff, mate. Top stuff. Yeah. I genuinely mean it. Obviously, I try to watch as many games as neutral as possible, but I've got no problems with Reading. I hope you guys manage to salvage something out of your season, mate. And I genuinely mean that. I really do. Because I do know that Bolton, my club Bolton, have had some memorable games with Reading over the years, as well as other clubs as well. But there's always been, I think, a respect between Reading and Bolton when we played each other. Like we kind of respect that each other's. Might be just me being, a positive football fan, but I've always got the impression that there has been that mutual respect between the two clubs. That we kind of respect that we're both around the same level. I think, but maybe that's just my interpretation of it. I'm not sure, but yeah, obviously other clubs, some clubs you have deeper rivalries or a bit less respect for or whatever. But I think that Bolton and Reading have always had a decent amount of respect for each other as clubs. So yeah, Aberdeen now with the possession on that far side as they chip the ball forward into the box, but it bounces out and goes behind, and that would be a goal kick to Hearts. Rick is saying, I remember it because it was the first time I was gutted. It was the first time I was gutted about football. Well, you guys gave a good account of yourself, mate. The scoreline says that. Like I said, I can't remember all the details of the game, but the scoreline reflects. I do remember. I remember. I think if I remember rightly, that game I had to watch it. If I can remember rightly, I think my mum recorded it for me because at the time I had a Saturday job and I wanted the day off to do it. But my mum's like, you can't take the day off because you got a Saturday job and there's loads of kids after this job. So I had to work. And I think if I remember rightly, I think my mum recorded that game for me. And she weren't happy about doing it because my mum don't like football. That was back when you recorded thing on the old VHS. So yeah. But thank you for that, Rick. Top man. Thank you, mate. Yeah, but you guys gave a good account of yourself, as I say, with that scoreline showing that. We've got the ball knocked out of play on this near side. So that's going to be a throw in to Aberdeen as they try to keep the pressure on Hearts here. PFC underscore DY4 is Dylan. How you doing, Dylan? Good to see you, mate. Dylan saying, good afternoon, guys. I hope you are well. I'm good, thank you, mate. How you doing? Thank you for that, Dylan. Good to see you. Loving the positive vibes, mate. Thank you for asking. I'm good, thanks, mate. Hope you're doing well as well, mate. Oh, oh, Aberdeen now with a shot from distance. Oh, and what a save there by the goalkeeper. And that was a really good effort from Aberdeen coming from outside the box. I think it was good 25 yards from goal on target. And the goalkeeper forced into the save as the ball deflects behind for a corner. So corner to Aberdeen on this near side. Corner taken short, knocked out towards the edge of the box. Aberdeen now crossing it in deep, headed towards goal, but it's bounced behind. And he not got the accurate header there. So, yeah. Let you know, guys. Burnley still 1-0 up against Brighton. Bournemouth still 1-0 up against United. Sheffield have taken the lead. Sheffield United have taken the lead against Brentford. Wolves still 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. Scottish Premiership, guys, as we know, 1-0 to Hearts right here as Aberdeen on the attack again, on the edge of the box. Now trying to come into the box, claim for a penalty. Aberdeen get the shot off. Oh, and it's a goal into the far corner of the net as the Aberdeen striker slots it home and finds the equaliser for Aberdeen. 53 minutes gone. Aberdeen 1, Hearts 1. Sorry, guys. Livingston 0, Hibs 1, Motherwell 0, St Johnstone 0, Rangers 3, Dundee 1, and St Mirren have taken the lead against Ross County. English Championship, guys. Cardiff 0, Millwall 0, Huddersfield 1-1 with Bradford City. Leicester are now 2-0 up against Plymouth. Middlesbrough 1-0 down against Ipswich. No goals with Norwich and Preston yet. QPR 1-0 up against Hull City. Swansea have taken the lead against Rotherham United, and the other games in the Championship still 0-0. Into English League One, guys. Blackpool 1, Carlisle 0, Bristol Rovers 1-0 down against Cheltenham Town. Burton Albion 2-1 down now against Stevenage. Cheltenham Town still 0-0 with Cambridge United. Port Vale 1-0 up against Exeter City. Derby County 2-0 up against Leyton Orient. Northampton Town 2-0 up against Fleetwood. Peterborough also 2-0 up against Oxford United. Reading 1-1 with Barnsley. Wigan 0-0 with Lincoln. And Wycombe Wanderers currently 1-0 down to Shrewsbury Town. We'll go through some of the other results shortly, guys. So, yeah, thank you for that, Dylan. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well as well. And good to have you involved today, mate. Ken saying hi, PFC DY4. Thank you, Ken. What a guy. Awesome. Thank you, Ken. And Dylan returning that same consideration. Top stuff, Dylan. Thank you, mate. Now Aberdeen with the possession on this near side as it's knocked out to this near side by the goalkeeper. Hearts challenging for it. It's now Aberdeen kicking the ball long up the field. William Spencer. How you doing, William? Good to have you with us. William Spencer saying 0-0-0. I'm not sure what that's meaning. But welcome to Football Fan Den, William. Welcome to the Fan Den community. It's now Aberdeen with the ball on that far side. Ball crossed into the box. And the goalkeeper manages to win the ball at his near post and relieve the pressure for Hearts. So, yeah, thank you for that, William Spencer. Welcome to Fan Den, mate. PFC _ DY4 Dylan saying, glad to hear you are doing good. I am well, thank you, mate. Awesome. Awesome. I know both your team and not my team not playing today, are they, Dylan? And we're in a battle. We're in a battle, Dylan. Told you, didn't I? I told you it's going to be in a battle at the top. I said it to you last season. I fancied a season for Bolton and Portsmouth pushing at the top of the table. And might not come last season, but it's come round eventually, hasn't it, mate? So, yeah. Bolton and Portsmouth in a real tussle at the top of the English League One. And long may it continue. Enjoying the battle with Portsmouth at the moment. And yeah, so thank you for that, Dylan, and thank you for your kind words, mate. Top man. We've got a corner on the far side now for Hearts. Ball comes in. It's knocked away. As the referee's blowing the whistle here. What's he blowing the whistle for? He's seen something wrong in the box. About to have a substitution here for Hearts. PFC underscore DY Boys Dylan saying, can't believe how quick this year has gone. My mind is still in March. I like that. Top stuff, Dylan. I like that. So, Tagawi and Grant coming on, and Vargas Lowry going off for Hearts. Yeah, I like that, Dylan. Top stuff, mate. And Dylan also saying, loving the passion, guys. Thank you, mate. Very kind of you to say. Very kind of you to say, mate. I love football just like you guys. And obviously, I'm quite an expressive guy as well. It just comes natural to me, that, unfortunately. It has actually worked against me sometimes, my passion in life, as people can find it quite threatening, but I'm just a passionate guy. Oh, Hearts now heading the ball back in a dangerous position as the goalkeeper manages to intercept it. Now Hearts playing the ball out wide to this near side, space to run into as they work their way forward into the Aberdeen half. Still on this near side as Aberdeen come across to challenge and press the ball, but Hearts managing to keep it as now they play it into the centre, coming towards the edge of the box, going down softly there as they trying to claim the foul. Luckily, the referee ignored it. As now Aberdeen winning the ball back. Now Aberdeen playing it forward as Hearts trying to challenge for it. Well, Aberdeen still with the possession. Now it's played forward into the Hearts box. But again, the goalkeeper manages to intercept that quite comfortably. And that will be relief for Hearts. Oh, we've got a booking here. I am loving this blast, guys. It is absolutely magic. It's going to save my missus a lot of brew making. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Best flask I've ever had. Can't believe how long it keeps the coffee warm. And it's going to be used a lot more now. Save my missus keep making me brews all the time when I'm live streaming because one of these can last me the whole match, and that's brilliant. Because some nights, as you guys see, I'm kind of like death warmed up and zombified. I look like I've just come. Sometimes I think I could sit in front of this camera. And what's that program called? The Walking Dead or something? I think I've just come off one of them. Do you know what I mean? Off that show. just the brain and the body just tired sometimes. Aberdeen now racing into the box. Oh, and the shot comes in, but it's hit the side netting. And that will be relief for Hearts momentarily. Did he get a touch to that? No. So goal kick to Hearts. PFC DY4 Dylan saying, been an awful season, mate. Sorry, been an eventful season, mate. Sorry, my bad, Dylan. Been an eventful season, mate. Definitely set for an interesting topsy-turvy second half of the season. Yeah, I just hope the title race. I just hope the title race between Bolton and Portsmouth keeps going, mate, because it's really enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I know you as a Portsmouth fan will want to win the league, and me as a Bolton fan will win the league. Want to win the league. May the best team win. Hopefully mine. Fingers crossed. But if Portsmouth beat us to it, I would respect that. But I want one of them automatic promotion paces. That's the main thing, mate. Get promoted automatic. None of this playoff nonsense. Get into that championship through the automatic playoffs. Just look at Sheffield Wednesday this season. Just how much they're struggling when you get promoted through through the playoffs, you just have a couple of less weeks preparation, and it makes all the difference, doesn't it? But yeah, well said, Dylan. Loving that, mate. Top stuff. Throwing on the far side for Aberdeen as it comes in. Now Aberdeen knocking it towards goal as Hearts have managed to clear it, knocking it up the field. So thank you for that, Dylan. Ken is saying, GG Gaz certainly has passion. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, mate. Awesome. Very kind of you to say. Yeah, I just love football, guys. But glad it's nice to know you guys liking my passion. That's a compliment. I take it as a compliment anyway. And it's appreciated because obviously fan then needs passion. We've got all sorts going on here, guys. Handbags have come out, makeup's come out, teddy bears have come out. Players in a real melee in the middle of the box, in the middle of the park here. It's the referee just standing off and letting the players hit each other with their teddy bears. So they all now start to dissipate. But yeah, there was a few teddy bears coming out there. PFC DY4 saying, loving that, Gaz. Thank you, mate. Top man. Thank you. Very kind of you to say. And Dylan also saying, yes, mate. Obviously, all to play for. Still lots can happen before May. Absolutely, mate. Hopefully, like I said, you can understand I want my team to win the league. Definitely want my team to win the league. But like I say, if you guys pip us to it, I would respect that. As long as we get an automatic place, we've got to finish in one of those top two now, getting ourselves into that top position alongside Portsmouth. So it'd be really disappointing, wouldn't it, to drop into the playoffs and mess it up. But yeah, long way to go. As you say, mate, fingers crossed we keep it going. And hopefully Rick will be having something to shout about come the end of the season. At least hope his team survives as well. And maybe next season it can be Rick's team pushing for winning the league. If they get the ownership sorted. How does that sound, Rick? Does that sound a bit more positive, mate? Something to look forward to. Let's hope your Reading get their ownership problems solved ASAP. And then Reading can try and make sure they survive and then go for it next season. Because I think if they weren't for the ownership problems, I think Reading would be pushing towards promotion, at least in the playoffs. Barnsley have been in it, but they dropped off a little bit, didn't they? They've just dropped off with their results recently, been dropping points. But too many teams in League One that can potentially do it. I think there's quite a few good teams down there that are a little bit sleeping giants, if you like. Now free kick for Aberdeen as its shot comes in and it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat as he manages to intercept it. And now the goalkeeper kicking the ball out wide on that far side as it's Arts trying to keep it in play. As they challenge the Aberdeen player. Oh, what's he doing there? That is pathetic. That is really bad. Aberdeen player just getting a little nudge in the back and he's gone down like somebody's hitting with a cricket bat. Absolutely shameful. Where are these players not got no shame? Absolutely sometimes with the way how easy they go down. It's really poor. And the referee's bought it and all. It's a soft, guys. Trust me, I've just seen the replay. It is a soft challenge. Literally fingers. You can see it's just fingers. Just literally fingers on the back. And he's gone over like somebody's hitting with a cricket bat. And the referee's been conned and given the free kick. I don't mind free kicks, guys, but I want players to start. You know, these are grown men. Behave like it. Show a bit of professional pride. Stay on your feet. And stop going over it. It's getting ridiculous. It's driving me nuts with these players keep going over easily. So yeah, I think Rick might have jumped off. Not to worry. Kent is saying, indeed, Dylan, never understood. Sky never screening bottom of League Two games at the end of the season. Absolutely. Well said, Ken. Yep, I totally agree. Well said, Ken. It's madness, isn't it? You know why? I'll tell you right now, Ken. I'll tell you right now. It's not. This is why. The simple reason to understand: money. That's all it boils down to, mate. Money. Because those clubs are not getting 50 and 60,000 fans attending games. That's why the TV company that you mentioned are not interested. They're only interested in clubs that are getting around in excess of around 20,000 fans through the turnstiles on a regular basis. That's what they target. If you don't get regular 20,000 fans through your turnstile, then you've got very little hope of getting coverage of that particular media company. They're only interested in the money, mate. They're only interested in televising games that make them the money. They're not interested. They like to talk the talk about being football orientated and the home of sport and all this rubbish. But the reality is they only target games where the big bucks are. I don't think I need to tell you guys that. I think you're well aware of that. That's why we don't see some of these mainstream medias, particularly the one you mentioned, giving enough fair coverage to lower league clubs. They only target the big derby games in League One or maybe the title race towards the end of the season. But other than that, they don't give League One, League Two uh, hardly any consideration. And just look at Scotland, guys. Scotland get even worse consideration. They get even worse consideration right from the top. Sky only seem to show Scottish games when it suits them, mainly when it's Aberdeen. Mainly when it's Rangers and Celtic. The rest of the time, they're just not interested. So that's like 98% of Scottish football clubs that just get ignored by that particular media company. And why? Because they're not financially attractive. Disgrace, absolute disgrace. We got another foul on this near side, guys. Where was it? Let's have a quick look, guys. I'm not going to go through all the games, but just to let you know, in the Premier League, Brighton still 1-0 down to Burnley. Bournemouth still winning against United, still 1 up. 67 minutes gone in that one. Go on, Bournemouth. I'll laugh at my. That'll be hilarious. Honest, the criticism that's going to come at United if they lose that game. Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0, and Wolves still drawing 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. Scottish Premiership, guys, 1-1 here. As Hearts now with a free kick into the box. And the goalkeeper saves it comfortably as he knocks it out wide to that far side. Aberdeen on the attack as a sliding challenge comes in from Hearts and the ball goes out for a throw-in. Scottish Premiership, guys, as I say, 1-1 still here. Livingston 1-0 down to Hibernian. Motherwell 1-0 down now to St Johnstone. St Johnstone taking a lead in that one. Rangers still 3-1 up against Dundee. And St Mirren now 2-0 up against Ross County. Hearts now with the possession on this near side. I'll come to the Championship and lower leagues in a moment. I knew that was going to refresh itself, stupid thing. Now, Hearts with the possession midway inside their own half. Sorry, guys, just come back to the chat in a second. Just let me sort this out. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Now, Hearts coming into the box as the challenge comes in from Aberdeen and the ball is deflected behind on that far side for a corner. Sorry, guys. So thank you for that, Ken. Whoa, these messages are getting longer and longer. Dylan saying, I have been really busy on weekends this season, so haven't seen much football. When I have been free, I have tried to watch some non-league football, as would rather give my money to clubs that need it. Absolutely well said. Thank you, Dylan. Although I would have thought you'd be, I would have thought you'd be wanting to support, obviously, Portsmouth this season. Obviously, I totally understand. I know you got your exams going on, mate. Preparation, so that's important. Um, Hearts making substitution here, guys. Double sub. I missed it. Damn. Um, Sorry, Dylan. There was substitution. I'm not. Hang on, guys. I'm going to try. I think Aberdeen are going to make one. Yeah. So corner now for Hearts on the far side. Ball comes in. So Aberdeen managing to intercept it. Now Aberdeen charging down the middle, and another challenge comes in from Hearts as they grab the shirt there, and the referee books the Hearts player. Yeah, that was a really bad. Well, that's what you call taking one for the team, guys, but still poor challenge. So it's Kate Rolls with the booking. Aberdeen now about to make a triple substitution. Sorry, Dylan, I'll come back to that in a sec, mate. Just bear with me a second. It's because you put such a long message. Come on, show us the subs. So free kick now for Aberdeen. Where's the subs? Why I'm not getting the update on these damn subs? Do you know, they like to make more work for me, don't they? Bloody hell. All right, guys, I've got it now. I've gone to get it the other way. So, where's the hip sub? So, substitutions, guys, are as follows. Hallock coming on and Sibbick going off for Hearts. Demholm coming on and Newhofer coming off for Hearts. And Kyle Rowless booked by the referee. Aberdeen with 3 substitutions. And it's Morris coming on, Milne coming off. Duke coming on and Sockler coming off. There was 3 there, but it's only showing me 2. Was the other one? I swear there was 3. It must have been just the 2 then. So my bad. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Let's go. Sorry about that, Dylan. I was trying to keep up with the substitutions. So yeah, hats off to you, mate, for the non-league football. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm just surprised you're not interested. Obviously, a bit more in Portsmouth this season with them being in a title race. Obviously, I know the last season, the season before, you were very frustrated with the owner, and a lot of Pompey fans feeling the same way. But you guys starting to get back on track now and showing a lot more fight and determination this season. Got yourselves in a strong position. But massive respect to you, mate, putting money into lower league clubs. The right, wish more fans did that. Absolutely wish more fans did that. But yeah, like I say, surprised you're not deeply interested in the title race, though. But thank you for that, Dylan. So Midovsky is about to be substituted off for an injury. Hopefully, he's going to be all right. We wish him well. PFC DY4 Dylan saying, Ken, Fish, absolutely, mate. Would love to see more EFL League 2 games on TV. Yeah, I agree. But as I say, mate, it's all about the money, innit? That's why these big media companies are not interested, because it doesn't generate them big earnings, does it? Ken is saying, I think that's like. I like you, though. I see matches. I'm like you, though. I see matches on playing fields. Sometimes it is dry. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Ken does go uh, to a lot of lower league games and ladies' games and stuff like that. So, massive respect to you guys for showing support at lower league level. Hopefully, I'll be doing a bit of that myself. I've been to non-league games before, but hopefully, I'll be doing it for fun then at some point soon as well in the future. And it's now Aberdeen with the possession, played into the centre circle. So thank you for that, Ken. Top stuff, mate. Ken also saying, but today it's too sloppy and many games off. Yes, there's a lot of games off. There is, you're right, mate. We've got another coming together of players on this near side. If you just joined us, guys, we're currently on 77 minutes gone. Aberdeen 1, Hearts 1. As the referee is just booking a player. He's booking McGrath for the challenge there on. Yeah, so Jamie McGrath booked for Aberdeen for a bit of a nasty challenge on the Hearts player there with the stamp on the ankle. Kenny's saying, do you go to different non-league grounds? I think that question's for Dylan, I think. And PFC _ DY4 Dylan saying, Ken Fish on the road in front of me. There are two football stadiums on the same road, so I watch one of those when I can. Awesome. Yeah. So you got a football stadium right near your house. Interesting. Thank you for that, Dylan. Ben, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show, Ben. Ben saying, oh my God, Man United is shocking. 2-0 down to Bournemouth. Are they 2-0 down now? Whoa. I know it was 1-1 earlier on. 1-0 down earlier on. Aberdeen now on the attack as they race forward now. Hearts trying to get bodies back behind the ball as Aberdeen knock it out wide to this near side. Attempted cross, but it's blocked off by Hearts. And the ball bounces out on this near side for a throw-in. So thank you, Ben. Nice one for the update, mate. Top stuff. And welcome to the show, Ben. Hope you're having a good weekend so far, mate. Kent is saying Red Devils 0. Cherries. Oh, that's cherries, isn't it? Cherries 2. Thank you, Ken. Yeah, no way, United. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see the fallout from that on social media. That'll be funny. Oh, Bournemouth now 3-0 up, guys. 3-0 up. Flipping heck. 76 minutes gone. Manchester United. Are you hearing this, guys? Manchester United at Old Trafford 0, Bournemouth 3. Well, that is going to be a historic result for Bournemouth. Congratulations, Bournemouth and Manchester United. Did you hear that? Manchester United. Sorry, guys, I couldn't resist. Cherries, thank you, Ken. Top man. And Ken saying Dundee, like Dundee. Yep, thank you, Ken. PFC _ DY4 Dylan saying Ken Fish like that. Yes, they are both on the same side of the road, separated by a bridge. Ooh, yeah. So like Dundee. Yep, absolutely. Thank you for that, mate. As the ball kicked long now by Aberdeen into the box. It's knocked away. Aberdeen still with the possession as they play it back out wide on that far side. Now ball chipped forward again as it's knocked away. Hearts now with the possession, but the referee pulled it back for a foul. And now he's insisting that the medical staff come on. We got an Aberdeen player down on the edge of the box as the Hearts players. It's a head injury. Yeah, this is important to get medical staff on. Let's hope it's going to be all right. Definitely had to stop the game there, guys. It's a head injury. So yeah, thank you, Dylan. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Uh, I'm gonna thank Ben. He's saying 3-0. Cherries. Thank you, Ben. Nice one, mate. Appreciate the update. Yeah, embarrassing for United. Manchester United nil, Cherries 3. So Bournemouth winning 3-0 at Old Trafford. Ken saying football can be good therapy. Getting out and about. Absolutely. Yeah, well said, Ken. And Ken also saying United getting battered. I know, I know. I've nothing. I've got family that are Man United fans, and I've nothing against Man United, but boy, is that club a joke at the minute, isn't it? It really is. The richest club, one of the richest clubs in world football, in respect to the amount of money they can generate, and yet they can't. They cannot compete at all at the minute. They've got uh, too many players in that team that just shouldn't be there. Ken is saying there'll be a mass be a mass exodus and protest lights years from City, light years from City and Liverpool. Yep, well said, Ken. You're right, mate. Have you just joined us, guys? We're on 80, well, just coming up towards 83 minutes gone. Aberdeen 1, Hearts 1. We got an Aberdeen player just having medical attention. I'm not sure who it is. I can't see who it is because he's surrounded by medical staff, but they're bandaging him up. I can see that. He's got a cut on the top of his head. So hopefully he's going to be okay to continue. I think he is going to be okay to continue. So it's the Aberdeen player now back on his feet. I think it's is it Gartman? I think he's called Gartman. As he trudges off to the near side and waits for the referee to let him back on. Uh, so, yep, you're right, Ken. Thank you for that, mate. PFC DY4 Dylan saying, thanks, Gaz. Of course, I want to be behind Portsmouth and watch them more. However, I can find recordings and highlights of Portsmouth games, whereas with some non-league teams, you can't one of two. No, I understand that. I understand that. But the potential of winning a title is not every season, is it? It comes around once in a blue moon. So I just thought you'd be wanting to make the most of it. But yeah, massive respect to you, mate, for showing support to non-league. Massive respect for that. Hearts now with the ball as they race forward now, coming down the middle. Ball knocked out wide to this near side as Hearts now coming towards the edge of the box. It's crossed in and headed away by Aberdeen as Aberdeen picking up the pieces outside the box, knocking it away up towards the halfway line. It's intercepted by Hearts as they now play it back to their centre backs. Sorry, Ken, I'll come to that in a minute. Just going to read second part of Dylan's comment. Dylan also saying, so I would rather give my money to community and family friendly clubs that need it to survive than to clubs ran by millionaires. No, that's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. That's a refreshing attitude, to be fair. So respect there, mate. Especially with you being a young lad. A lot of youngsters don't think like that. Uh, a lot of young football fans don't think like that. They just want the glory and to jump on the bandwagon. But big respect to you for that. As now Aberdeen coming forward, taking it towards the edge of the box. Shot comes in, and it's straight down the goalkeeper's throat, who makes a comfortable save. Now ball knocked out wide on this near side. So, yeah, thank you for that, Dylan. Big respect to you, mate. Big respect. Sorry about that, Ken. Ken saying blogs of non-league teams are good. Yes, they are. They are. I'll be doing all sorts, guys, in the future. Fandom. We'll be trying to cover some non-league stuff as well. We want to give them consideration. But please do understand, guys, I'm working on the channel almost alone with just a little bit of help from family. None of my family are interested in football, apart from my granddad. But unfortunately, he's 92-year-old, so I'm not going to get help off him when he's 92-year-old. So yeah, but none of the rest of my family are interested in football. Most of my friends are not interested in football. They're only interested in my other hobbies like bikes and cars and stuff like that. So it means when I work on Fondem, I'm working to completely alone because most of my pals are just not interested in it. You seen the other week, one of my best friends, closest pals, coming on expressing his frustration at the amount of work that I'm putting on in Fondem because he never gets to catch up with me anymore. That should give you a clue, guys, just how dedicated I am to building Fondem and doing it almost on my own. So we'll get to as much football as we can. We're going to be going to non-league games. We're going to be going to all sorts in the future. But at the moment, I've got to put the legwork in, guys. I've got to get the channel up to a decent level before I can start affording to go out to games and spending all sorts of crazy money. I'm also already, how do you think I'm watching all these games, guys? I'm paying a small fortune for the access to all these games to cover as many. And I might have to scale it back soon because I'm paying so much for so many channels. And half of them I don't even get to watch half the time because it's just all the teams play at the same time. So just want you guys to know, I've got big ambitions for Fandom. I'm dedicated, but it's one step at a time. I can't wave a magic wand. I haven't got a never-ending bank account. I've invested a lot of my own money into the project so far, but it's just one step at a time at the moment, guys. We'll get there. Bear with me. Just be patient. A lot more to come from Fandom in the future. Aidan Denholm booked for Hearts. But thank you for that, Ken. Yep, it's some good bloggers out there, isn't there? PFC underscore DY4 Dylan saying, so I would rather give my money. I read that one. So yeah, thank you, Dylan. Well said, mate. That's a great comment. Ken is saying my sentiments too. I might to youth games, but rarely see games that cost a lot of money. Well, as I've said to you guys before, if you go to non-league games and you take little video clips and you want them sharing, that's what Fandom's here for. If you guys go to non-league games and you want stuff on YouTube, you are more than welcome to send me little clips, and I will happily put it on the channel. Because as I keep telling you guys, I want you guys to feel involved in Fandom. So if you want to feel involved in Fandom and you want to share clips of non-league games that you go to, or any other games for that matter, as long as it's UK football, I'm always happy to share it, guys. Always happy to share it. And as you can see, if you look back on other people sharing clips on Fandom, I will always give you guys the credit for the clip. I won't take credit for it. I will tell it will be in the video or the short or whatever it is that I do. It will be a shout out in there and giving you guys credit for sharing the clip to the Fandom community. So I'm just reminding you, I'm trying to make as many options available for you guys as possible until I am in a stronger financial position to try and go out to more games. But I just can't spend any more money than I'm already spending on Fandom. I'm losing money by working on Fandom because I don't work as late some days, which means I lose money, and I'm actually spending money on Fandom as well. So it's a balancing act at the moment, guys, because just got to keep plugging away. Now the ball comes in for Aberdeen. We've got 8 minutes added on time, guys. 8 minutes added on time. Ball crossed in. It's headed away. It's Aberdeen picking up the pieces on this near side. Mr. Barnsley saying one Neil Collins, Walk Alone, singing the song Walk Alone into. Okay, thank you, Mr. Barnsley. Ken saying, Barnsley in front, Ryan. I'll have a look now. I'm not sure what the score is in that one. Sorry, I got a bit distracted with all your comments, guys. Might have to start turning comments off on the Saturdays, I think, on the 3 o'clock kickoffs because it's just too distracting with all these games. So I'll have to rethink the new approach to 3 o'clock kickoffs, I think. But I'll get some practice on Glasgow. I'm going to practice some stuff on Glasgow and see if it works. I don't want to turn off the chat, but I might have to start ignoring it on 3 o'clock kickoffs just because there's so much football going on. I'm missing it all, guys, when you guys are putting long-winded comments in like that. And I don't want to ignore you, but like I say, it makes it really difficult to keep up. Oh, Aberdeen now coming forward as they knock the ball out wide to this near side. Now coming into the box as Aberdeen with a shot. And it's blocked off, but Aberdeen knocking it into the back of the net at that far post. 91 and a half minutes gone, and it's Aberdeen 2, Hearts 1. As Aberdeen score a late winner. Will it be a winner? We still got 6 minutes to go of added on time. But Aberdeen have put themselves in the lead late on in this one. Just to let you guys know, Barnsley have gone ahead in that game against Reading. So it's Reading 1, Barnsley 2, 83 minutes gone. Shrewsbury have taken the lead against Wycombe Wanderers. Pittodrie United 2-0 up against Oxford. Northampton Town 2-0 up against Fleetwood. Derby County 3-0 up against Leyton Orient. Port Vale 1-0 up against Exeter. Charlton Athletic 2-1 up against Cambridge United. Stevenage 2-1 up against Burton Albion. Bristol Rovers 1-1 with Cheltenham Town, and Blackpool 2-0 up against Carlisle. In the Premier League, guys, Brighton 1-1 with with Burnley. So Brighton have equalised against Burnley. United still 3-0 down to Bournemouth. Sheffield United 1-0 up against Brentford still. And Wolves still 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. Scottish Premiership, guys, 2-1 here now to Aberdeen. Livingston still 1-0 down to Hibernian. Motherwell 1-1 with St Johnstone. Rangers still 3-1 up against Dundee. And St Mirren still 2-0 up against Ross County. Sorry, I'll try and get to the other games very shortly, guys. PFC _ DY4. Dylan saying, congratulations, Bournemouth. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Dylan. Top man. Rick is saying still 1-1 Reading Barnsley. Thank you, Rick. Nice one, mate. Yeah, it's actually 2-1 now to Barnsley, but still a few minutes left in that game. 2-1 now. Mr. Barnsley also giving an update as well. Thank you, guys. PFC _ DY4. Dylan saying, sorry, guys, I have to hop off now. Thank you for having me, mate. Been nice to speak to you. And everyone, I will try and get back on soon. All the best, guys. Thank you, Dylan. Top man, loving the positive vibes, mate. No worries. Take care of yourself. Enjoy what's the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and well. And top man, Dylan. Top man, Dylan. Thank you, mate. Loving the positive vibes. And take care of yourself, mate. Best wishes. And hopefully catch up with you soon, Dylan. I hope you have an enjoyable rest of the weekend. Exotic FIFA. How you doing, mate? Welcome to Fandom. I'm not going to highlight your comment because it's not positive. But welcome to Football Fandom. Exotic FIFA. Hope you're doing okay, mate. Let us know what club you support. Ken is saying thanks, gents. Awesome. Thank you, Ken. Rick is saying, could go either way. It certainly could. Rick, you guys, well, it's 2-1 now. Exotic FIFA. I'm not seeing that comment as positive at all. I'm seeing it as pretty immature, actually, mate. So keep your comments respectful and friendly. If you can't, then I will potentially remove you from Fandom and block you from the channel. We're about positive fans here, mate. Not about stupid, childish comments like that. I'm brand new to the channel, and that's the best. That's the level of your intelligence coming in with a comment like that. Seriously, mate. Have a word with yourself. Learn some social skills. Ken is saying, see you, Dylan. Nice chatting to you. Awesome. Thank you, Ken. So McGarth coming off for Aberdeen, guys. As Aberdeen about to make the substitution, and it's McDonald coming on. Mr. Barnsley is saying clown. Thank you, Ken. Top man. Thank you for that, mate. Mr. Barnsley saying clown club. Man United getting battered everywhere. I don't know about everywhere they go, but they're having a bad time. You really like that line, don't you, Ryan? I cannot stand that line. I like fans to banter with realism. But each to their own. I'll ignore it as you're only young. Rick, 2015 saying 2-1 Barnsley. Thank you, Rick. Keep the faith, mate. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. It's got to get better for you guys soon. Try and keep your chin up, Rick. Kent is saying, drink some cherry B. Rick saying 20-yard screamer. Well, thank you for letting us know, Rick. Top man, thank you, mate. Keep your chin up, mate. Keep your chin up. Reading have got to start getting some wins. It's got to get better for you guys. Got to. Ball knocked away out to this near side. Hearts challenge for it, and the ball's gone behind for a corner to Hearts on this near side. Are we going to have late drama here? So thank you for that, Rick. What a guy. His team's losing, but he still keeps us informed. Top man. Thank you, mate. Top man. I know it's not easy to tell people what's going on when your team's losing, but massive respect to you, mate. At least you're still fronting it out. Certain other people we know that disappear when their team lose. Mr. Barnsley saying, yes, 2-1 to Barnsley. You got power to know Cole. Mr. Barnsley saying, my granddad is 98. Awesome. Great to hear. 2 years away from getting a letter off the king then. Well, king, queen, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, awesome. 98. Yeah, my granddad 92. I'm sure it's 92 he is. 98. Whoa. Well, good lad. He's going for the record to try and get to 100. Thank you for that, Ryan. Well, there goes the full-time whistle, guys. And Aberdeen have won it late on here with a 2-1 win against Hearts. And that will push them up the table. So Aberdeen 2, Hearts 1. Miovski and Clarkson with the goals for Aberdeen. Shankland with the goal for Hearts. And as I say, it's finished 2-1. Let's have a look how that game looks at half-time. So let's have a look at the half-time match stats. Bear me a second, guys. Full-time match stats. Let's get rid of that. Don't forget, guys, please do hit that like button if you could. Would be appreciated. And thank you very much if you have already. You guys, absolutely class. Thank you. So, here's the half-time match, the full-time. So, why do I get in the habit of saying half-time? I don't know why. Full-time match stats are as follows, guys. It's finished 2-1 to Aberdeen. And this is how the game went in numbers. Total shots, 14 for Aberdeen, 5 for Hearts. Shots on target, 6 for Aberdeen, 3 for Hearts. Possession, 52% for Aberdeen, 48% for Hearts. Passes, 382 for Aberdeen, 379 for Hearts. Pass accuracy 72% for Aberdeen, 70% for Hearts. Fouls 13 against Aberdeen, 20 against Hearts. Yellow cards, 3 for Aberdeen, 7 for Hearts. Red cards, none, thankfully. Offsides, 4 for Aberdeen, and none for Hearts. Corners, 3 for Aberdeen and 8 for Hearts. So there you go, guys. That's how the game went in numbers. And this is how the table looks after that game. Aberdeen move away from the bottom of the table and move up to 9th. Hearts drop down to 5th after Hibernian winning. So not a good afternoon for Hearts with losing the game and their local rivals going above them in the league. So let's have a look around the grounds and see how the full-time results are now around the other games. So bear with me a second, guys. Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2 in the early kickoff in the Premier League. Brighton 1, Burnley 1, full-time result, all these now. And Manchester United have officially lost 3-0 to Bournemouth now. Sheffield United 1, Brentford 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa play against Arsenal at 5:30. Scottish Premiership, guys. Aberdeen, as we know, winning here 2-1 against Hearts. Livingston have lost 1-0 to Hibernian. Motherwell 1, St Johnstone 1, Rangers 3, Dundee 1, St Mirren 2, Ross County 0. Into the English Championship, guys. Blackburn losing 2-0 to Leeds at dinner time, and Sunderland winning 2-1 against West Brom, also at dinner time. 3 o'clock kickoffs are as follows, guys. Cardiff 1, Millwall 0, Huddersfield Town 1, Bristol City 1, Leicester City 4, Plymouth Argyle 0, Middlesbrough 0, Ipswich Town 2, Norwich City 0, Preston North End 0, Queen's Park Rangers 2, Hull City 0, Rotherham United 1, Swansea City 2, Stoke City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Sheffield getting their first win on the board in the Premier League, I think. Is that their first win, I think? Watford 1, Southampton 1. Oh, sorry, not Sheffield. No, I'm thinking of Sheffield United. I know that's Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I'm getting confused there, guys. Sorry. Sheffield Wednesday with the win against Stoke. That'll give them a much needed 3 points at the bottom of the championship. My bad, guys. I was, like I say, my brain's not with it today. One game to tell you about in the Ladies Super League, guys. Manchester City ladies winning 2-1 against Aston Villa ladies earlier on today. Into English League 1, Blackpool 3, Carlisle United 0, Bristol Rovers 1, Cheltenham Town 1, Burton Albion 1, Stevenage 2, Charlton Athletic 2, Cambridge United 2, Exeter City 0, Port Vale 1, Leyton Orient 0, Derby County 3, Northampton Town 3, Fleetwood Town 0, Peterborough United 3, Oxford United 0, Reading 1, Barnsley 3, Wigan Athletic 0, Lincoln City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0, Shrewsbury Town 1. Into English League 2, guys. Accrington Stanley 0, Doncaster Rovers 0, Wimbledon 4, Swindon Town 0. That game is still playing, guys. Colchester United 1, Crawley Town 2, Grimsby Town 2, Crewe Alexander 1, Morecambe 1, Stockport County 1, Notts County 1, Walsall 2, and Tranmere Rovers 2, Newport County 1. All other games in the English League 2, guys, have been postponed because of waterlogged pitches. Into the Scottish Championship, Adrian's 1, Dunfermline 2, Arbroath 1, Greenock Morton 2, Dundee United 1, Ayr United 0, Queen's Park 1, Inverness 4. Scottish League 1, Alloa Athletic 0, Hamilton Academic 0, Annan Athletic 1, Cove Rangers 3, Edinburgh City 1, Stirling Albion 3, Falkirk 2, Kelly Hearts 1, Montrose 1, Queen of the South 4. Scottish League 2, Bonnyrigg Rose 1, Peterhead United 1, Clyde 2, Stranraer 2, Dumbarton 0, Stranhousemere 1, East 5-4, Elgin City 0, the Spartans 1, Forfar Athletic 0. Into the Northern Irish Premiership, Cliftonville 2, Glentown 2, Colorado 3, Logan Gal 2, and Linfield 4, Dungannon Swift 3. Quite a few games in the Welsh Cup tonight, guys, this afternoon, but not getting any results for them as of yet. So that pretty much brings you bang up to date with the majority of games around the UK, guys. Let's catch up with you guys saying in the chat. So thank you for that, Mr. Barnsley. Ken saying, is he a Barnsley fan, Ryan? Ryan saying he still lives and kicking. Still alive and kicking. Absolutely. And that's fantastic. Absolutely top stuff. Rick 2015 saying 3-1 Barnsley. Thank you, Rick. Thank you for letting us know, mate. Keep your chin up. Keep your chin up. It's got to get better for Reading fans. It's got to. It can't keep going like this. Fingers crossed, you guys, mate. I think I'll be rooting for you guys in the next game because you're having a really tough season. Ken is saying Red Devils, Cherries 4. And it finished 3-0, didn't it, Ken? But thank you. I think Ken's predicting it there. Thank you, Ken. Ken also saying United conceding goals are plenty. I know, mate. Absolutely. Getting there. Full-time Manchester City 0. Manchester United 0. Bournemouth 3. Thank you, Ken. Ken saying thanks for the stream, guys. And hopefully see you for the next one. Thank you, Ken. What a guy. Top man. Thank you, mate. Loving the positive vibes and appreciated, mate. Yep. Look after yourself, Ken. Stay safe out there, mate. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the weekend ahead. And thank you to Rick as well. Big shout out to Rick. Thank you, mate. Appreciate your company and conversation. Also, big shout out to Mr. Barnsley as well. Thank you for your company and conversation, mate. Also, quick mention for PFC DY4. Dylan also dropping in. Thank you for your comments and conversation, Dylan. Always appreciate, mate. Also, look after yourself. Quick mention for Ben for the Best League One, who also dropped in earlier. Thank you, mate. And I think we've covered everybody apart from the Muppet. Have we? Have we covered everybody? Oh, yeah. And William Spencer, who briefly dropped in right at the show, but only dropped 0-0. So I don't know what that was meant to mean. And Rick is saying, thanks for the stream. It's always top notch. Thank you, Rick. Well, you guys contribute to it as well, mate. You guys contribute. I keep saying that. You guys add to the streams as well. So thank you, Rick. Always a pleasure, mate. And thank you for your great company and conversation. And that's goes out to all you guys. Top man, Rick, thank you, mate. Thank you for the positive comment. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, mate. And hope you guys enjoy the rest of the Saturday and the rest of your weekend. Thank you, Rick. Top man, mate. Top man. And also, thank you, Ken. Top man. Appreciated, Ken. Also, with the positive vibes as well. You guys are absolutely class. So thank you very much, guys. I'm going to call it a day there and go and get a few things sorted out and wrap it up for now. But thank you for joining me, guys. Look after yourself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and well. And as always, take care. Bye for now.